Hello and welcome to the Tech Brain channel. In this video, I'll be highlighting and showcasing an exciting new feature available in MongoDB version 8 and above. So this feature obviously is only available in Atlas. This is the ability for you to create what are essentially partial search indexes. So with a partial search index, the benefits are somewhat obvious. I'll have a smaller search index because I'm deciding to index only a subset of documents within my source collection. The other thing I can do in so much as defining that subset is to also perhaps transform the source data to get it into a compatible format. So there is that added benefit as well. So it allows you to essentially fine-tune what would otherwise be a large index being created on the source collection. So let's see what that might look like. So I have my embedded movies collection here. I have my movies collection, and in the movies collection I might want to index only certain documents between certain date ranges, between certain years. Let's say I'm trying to index movies that were released between the year 2000 and 2020. And the genre should be action, romance, comedy. Wouldn't it be nice if I could define an index that takes that into account? Well, this is exactly what I'm about to do here. I have a pipeline. The pipeline itself, this is what the pipeline looks like. I'll share it here to clear all of that. And I'll say that the pipeline is this thing here. So what this pipeline is going to do, it's going to get me movies between these two ranges from 2000 to 2020. And I'm only interested in these genres. Either it's comedy or romance or action. Let's create the view on which this partial search index will be defined. So I'll say db.create view. So I'll use the create view syntax. So if you're not sure or you've never used create view, we'll do a help there, and you can see the arguments to pass in. So create view takes a view name, it takes the source collection, and also a pipeline. The pipeline in this case is the variable p. So I'll say db.create view, and what's the name of the view? So I'll just say movies and last 20 years or something to that effect. So that's the name of the view, and I'll just say something like that, just identify it as a view. So the next argument is going to be the source collection. So the source collection is the movies collection, and then my pipeline as the third argument. So I'll run that. So if I've done things correctly, I should see the view appearing in the list of collections. So that's my view there. So how many documents are in this view? So remember that the initial idea with this partial search index is that I have a smaller search index. So smaller search index, smaller number of documents. I think that's really what we're looking for here. So I'll count the number of documents in the source collection and also the movies last 20 years view. Let's say db.movies and count documents. So we'll do that. So in the source collection, which we're calling movies, we've got just over 21,000 documents. And what about in the view? So say movies underscore last 20 years and then count documents. So we've got just over 5,000 documents in there. So you can see that I should end up with an index that's 3.5 times smaller than what I would have otherwise had to contend with. Now that we've got the view, what I can do is to create an index on that view. You can, of course, create search indexes from the Mongosh. I'm on an M0, so I don't have that feature available in the M0. So I will clear all these other things. As you know, I can only create up to 3 indexes on an M0, so I'll get rid of all those. I'll then click create search index, and it's loading. So this is the view, that's the index. I'll just call the index default. So the default index is created on movies last 20 years of view, and I'll just go with the JSON editor and create the index. Okay, so if I've done things correctly, that should take me to this page where it tells me that the index build is in progress. So while it's doing that, let me create a search index on the movies collection. And this is just done for comparison. I would like to compare the index sizes for the source collection as well as the non-materialized view. See if I really do get a reduction in search index size. Okay, so I'll do that. Click next, and we now have default 2 search index on sample mflix movies. So we can see that the index on the view is done, and that's the size there, just under 11 megabytes, and a little label telling us that the index is on a view. So let's wait for this one to do its thing, and then we can compare the sizes. Okay, so that's just over 36 megabytes. Okay, awesome. So that's a massive reduction in terms of the index size, which is clearly what you want to be able to have better utilization of resources, and also makes the most of your dedicated search nodes. Okay, what's next? Let's run a query. So the query I'm going to run, or the search query itself, has to reference this index that I've just created. So the actual query is going to be run on the movies collection, but I'll be pointing to this index here. So here's how it will work. I'll click on query, edit query. I just want to get the query template. So I'll copy all of that, make sure that I've got it, and then I'll go to the aggregation builder. So in the aggregation builder, I'll click on the movies collection, go to the text view, paste that in, and what's my query? So what I'll look for here is the following movie. What's the name of my movie? So I'll be looking for this movie, Bridget Jones' Diary or something like that. Okay, so there we go. So that's the result coming back, and I'll go to the stages, And that's how you're able to use a partial search index to optimize searching within Atlas search. So this is applicable to vector search. For more details, limitations and whatnot, have a look at the MongoDB documentation. But I think this is a really great feature for developers that might be looking for ways to optimize search. Simply use a partial search index. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, please like and subscribe for more great content from the TechBrain channel. Bye now.